Okay, the first question is, tell me about a time when you faced a challenging technical problem in a project. How did you approach it and what was the outcome? In this video, we're going to talk about some example answer, why it works well, and what you should avoid saying. Here's a good answer. In my previous role, I worked on a high traffic API system where we noticed intermittent failures during peak usage. The errors were unpredictable, often tied to concurrent requests, and were difficult to reproduce in a test environment. This challenge was critical because any failure during high traffic hours affected our service reliability. To tackle it, I began by analyzing logs to identify any common patterns. I found that the errors were occurring during specific database interactions, hinting that our system might have been facing a race condition or resource contention. Given the unpredictable nature, I realized a systematic approach was needed. I proposed two parallel solutions. One, improving observability. I added detailed logging around suspect database transactions to capture the execution path, latencies, and connection states without overwhelming our logging system. Two, simulating load. I created a controlled environment that could simulate peak traffic with a similar data load and usage patterns. Using this, I could reproduce the issue more consistently. After analyzing the test results, I identified that the issue stemmed from a bottleneck caused by an unoptimized database query during concurrent access. I collaborated with the database team to optimize the query and added a caching layer for high-frequency requests. This improved our system's handling of high traffic, reducing errors by 90%. In the end, this experience taught me the importance of a methodical approach in debugging and reinforced the value of collaboration. Not only did we resolve the issue, but we also strengthened our system's overall resilience. This project has made me more attentive to observability and proactive performance optimization in my work. Why this works? It should work well because 1. Structured approach clearly lays out the steps taken to address the issue. 2. Problem-solving skills demonstrates logical debugging and effective collaboration. 3. Impact quantifies the improvement and shows how the experience led to a better development mindset, aligning with companies' focus on growth and continual improvement. What you should avoid saying. 1. Avoid blaming others. What not to say. Don't place blame on teammates, previous engineers, or other departments for the problem. Phrases like, the database team messed up, or this was a flaw in the old code someone else wrote, can reflect poorly on your collaboration and ownership skills. 2. Avoid vague descriptions of the problem. What not to say. Avoid general statements like, I had a performance issue, without explaining specific details. For example, saying, there was a bottleneck, so I fixed it doesn't give insight into your thought process or technical approach. 3. Avoid skipping over the solution process. What not to say. A response that jumped straight from problem identification to outcome without explaining the steps you took is incomplete. For instance, saying, I noticed a bug and fixed it, and it improved performance, lacks the technical detail. 4. Don't dismiss the problem as easy or minimize your efforts. What not to say. Avoid diminishing the problem or your solution with comments like, it was a quick fix, or I just optimized a query. It wasn't a big deal. 5. Avoid being overly technical or losing focus on communication. What not to say. Be cautious about going too deep into technical jargon without context, such as saying, I use specific indexing and normalization techniques to resolve cache miss rates with hash maps if the terms aren't clearly relevant. 6. Avoid focusing solely on the outcome without reflection. What not to say. Don't end the story with, the issue was fixed and performance improved, without a reflection on what you learned or how you'd handle similar issues in the future. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to bowsy8.com.